3 trays of cheese rangoons. Each tray is made up of 13 rows and 8 columns, which amounts to 104 rangoons. So that leads to a total of 312 for today. I continue to think to myself. I make new rangoons at least twice a week, refilling 3 trays each time. In that case, I have made 162,240 rangoons in the past 5 years. I hum a light tune as I fold the last cheese rangoon into its iconic four-pointed star formation. Loudly clapping off the cornstarch stuck on my palms, I watch the snow sprinkle onto the shiny steel table below. I reflect on all the rangoons I have made. According to the Japanese legend of 1,000 paper cranes, I would have enough paper cranes for about 162 wishes. Carefully placing my version of cranes into their metal trays, the crinkle of plastic reaches my ears as I wrap these flowery delights. The crinkling plastic echoes its crackly sounds throughout the kitchen until the hums of the refrigerators and grotesque grumbles of the at death's door machinery overtake these sounds. At the end of the day, I will never be able to stand before the sacred crane, or should I say, the sacred rangoon. But with focus and determination, just maybe, some wishes can become reality. The kitchen faucet uncontrollably drips as cracked and calloused fingers dance across the grease-coated calculator buttons from a distance. Father starts to sing a funny made-up tune, and we join in a short laughter. Our laughter reconnects us again after a hard day's work of bickering, yelling, and getting burned by relentless oil. Once the sun sets and the short arm rests halfway past 9 and the long arm ticks on to 30, the cleaning crew hurriedly comes out from its burrows. My sister and I nodded to each other with a new day's motivation of going home as early as possible. Although it never comes to fruition, it does not stop us from trying every single day. While listening to the swish-swash of the chemical-drenched mop swiping across the floor, I take a glance at our welcome door. The parking lot lights flicker a dull orange, and the insects mindlessly swarm the dully lit awning lights. The chime that accompanies the opening door and the electrical buzz of the dusty lights fade into the background. I've slowly come to appreciate these sounds. Whenever the chime blares, new and familiar faces step through the door. Our welcome door used to slam relentlessly onto itself, but a nice gentleman who happened to work in repairs offered to fix it for us for free. It was a small gesture, but one we appreciated, and so we placed an order of free cheese rangoons into his order as a small token of our appreciation. By sharing stories over the wait for food, the community is brought together. The conversations between people who would normally never meet, if not for a restaurant, act as supporting vocalists to the clamor of the kitchen. My hand itches to scratch graphite onto textured paper. I want to capture this moment. I can recall being about 5 years old, carrying my favorite waxy weapon called crayons. Well, I never thought of them as weapons, but they sure were according to my immigrant parents. In their absence, I often conversed with the house's silent whispers in their stead. My imagination was my only entertainer. Grasping my crayons, the white walls practically beckoned my inner artist. My early creations have faded from a bright waxy blue to a faded green, still leaving its historical mark. Mother and father scrunched their noses and crinkles formed between their brows as I saw a dim reflection of my work in their dark brown eyes. Well, color me blue. My fingertips gently traced over the repainted walls where my unlucky creations are buried deep within multiple layers of white paint. The surviving creations and fantastical cartoon characters continue to live under our dinner table. Textured papers, HB pencils, and brushes went untouched as school papers replaced them. My hands became occupied with doughy skins and ground meat. Watching the dumpling fan out, as my fingers mechanically pinched and folded, a small smile formed as I created something out of nothing. My mind wanders with the possibilities of creating, and my unwavering determination encouraged me to further explore the arts. Originally, my Chinese parents doubted all sorts of artistic endeavors. Their focus on obtaining financial security caused them to scrutinize my passion, but my passion only grew stronger, and with time, they came to appreciate and even support my artistry. I never thought they would tell me to keep drawing and keep my passion alive, the same passion that whimsically graffitied the walls of our own home. Walking with careful steps, holding the cold trays of wrapped rangoons in my arms, I am reminded of the beginnings of my story. In seeking opportunity and security, like many other immigrants, my parents came to America, leaving their family in China. Reflecting on the struggles we have faced as a family, there is beauty in the lit-up sign of our restaurant. Perhaps I'll even draw it someday. The dim neon lights of our restaurant sign were our beacon, our own Statue of Liberty. Give me your orders, your desires, your heard request yearning for good food. Thank you.